Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, January 2nd. Happy New Year's, everyone. 6:23 right now. We got market opening up in about 7 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update, and we'll be ready to go shortly. Let's see. All right, one last thing, and it looks like we are good to go here. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Should be good to go. Link sent out. So we are good to go. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. I'm just going to mark up the nearest liquidity. I'm going to go too far out, of course. On down to the 8 hour. On down to the 4 hour. Down to the 2 hour. Down to the 1 hour. Down to the 30 minute. Down to the 10 minute. And back down to the 1 minute here. All right, looks like we are good to go. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Happy New Year's. Today is Thursday, January 2nd, 6:26 right now. We got market opening up in about 4 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity above is at, let's see, it's at 43,194, and the closest level of liquidity below is at 43,108. We got a bunch of liquidity zones around here, so if price does push up or above, we got some areas to target for. I believe we had some news this morning too. We had news at 5:30, which was high impact news. It was positive. So I'm gonna go and mark that up real quick. 5:30, which was this kind of crazy looking candle right here. And then we got some medium impact news around 8 o'clock. So looks like we are good to go shortly, guys. I'll post the direction of the breakout in a few moments. Yeah, let's see where we're at. Looks like we're good to go. Morning, Daniel. Happy New Year, Maria. Morning, Lila. Morning, everybody. So, all right, guys, ready to kick off this trading year. So For the breakout, looks like it's going to be a sell for today. I'll confirm it once this candle closes. What I'll be doing here is I'll be using a trailing stop at the 50 mark, guys. And then also for our scalps over here, I've moved my trailing stop from 10 points to now 30 points. So I'm hoping the volatility will be a lot higher today, but I mean, we'll happen to see what happens here shortly. But yeah, I'm not going to go for the 10 points. I'm going to have my trailing stop at the 30 points for a 1 to 1. And I'll try to go for that 60 points for a 1 to 2, of course. But I will be looking for a possible sell here for the breakout. See what happens here shortly. Hey, Brock, Happy New Year's. Hey, Glenn, morning. Happy New Year's to you as well. All right, we got market opening up in about 1 minute, guys. Direction for the breakout here is going to be a sell. If this candle is too big, we'll flip it, but direction right now is going to be a sell, it looks like. We got market opening up in about 40 seconds. We got market opening up in about 25 seconds. 20 seconds till market open. We got 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is open.
Order submitted.
So we got market open right here.
Order submitted.
Let's see what that 50-point mark is. Let's put a bar right here so I know that's C58. Drag this up a little bit. 208. So we got some choppiness right here on open, guys. Price is kind of just going back and forth again. It's not as directional as I was hoping for today. Today is the first day of the trading year, though, so it's kind of expected to see some unusual price movement here. So we got everything kind of lined up here. Come back and take a look at this in a few. Got some choppiness here this morning. So markets are still a bit choppy. Like I said, I think once President Trump gets in the house, we're going to get some more direction. But it looks like this morning price is still kind of like sitting around and being a bit choppy here. Let me check the scalp chart over here real quick. So yeah, price come up, pretty much knock out that upper level liquidity there. And it's coming back down. And markup opening price right here as well. So the opening price is right at the news price from this morning. Looks like that's where price is rejecting off too as well. So you got price kind of just bouncing around right now. Here is our main chart. Breakout's still running. Here's a clean chart. I'm gonna mark up some zones here just so I have an idea of like where price is currently bouncing from. It's currently in about 100-point range right now. So it's about 100-point range right now. The breakout is moving back down into profit. Sitting at opening price right here. Want to see that break and close below opening price and then come down lower, of course. If price does drop any lower, target price point is probably going to be around the, looks like the sessions right here. This is going to be the first target, the sessions Asia high. And then lower than that, if price does drop any lower, it's going to be these sessions down below here with the liquidity. So we got price dropping back down a little lower. Breakouts back in profit. It's coming right back down. Here are the levels right here. Currently within this 100-point range between the 43,200 and the 43,100. Go to the SR chart real quick. About 30 points in profit right now for the breakout, guys. Price is still dropping in profit further. There goes price, gets down to the 50-point mark. Currently in profit at 50 points, aiming for the 100 points, of course. So stop loss is in profit. Let's get to that 100 down there. Guys read the cha-chings. That's my stop loss in profit. Let's get down a little further. And I'm stopped out in profit right there, guys. So there goes my profit for the day. Not too bad. Got out at 50 points right there. Like I said, guys, I got to use these trailing stops, unfortunately. I wish I could go for those full 100 points, but it's just not the type of market for it. So I'm out of 50 points right there, guys. If you guys caught that with me, it's pretty solid profit. I will put this over here in the little bit of scare right there with the retracement, but price did come back pretty solidly. It's probably going to come down and hit full TP, but I'm not going to risk it. Here is our main chart. So I'll be looking for some scalps here as well as price comes back down. All right, looks like it's gonna hit full TP. It's on its way right there. It's okay. This big candle right here did have to swing back up like that. So let's go over to the official profits. Full TP right there. That's all good. So full TP on the momentum breakout, guys. Put some notes over here as well. There we go, guys. Full TP, 100 points for that breakout. Not bad to start off the trading year. Got out at 50 points. Not bad. I'll take the 50 points for now, of course. Took on personal, live accounts, and hedge accounts. Time stop moved at 50 points. Price passed 50 points. Profit. Then retraced 50 points. We'll say about like 70 points, past 70 points. Profit 50. Then straight to full TP. All right, so we got the notes right there. You guys can see that. Our points right there for the breakout, guys. Solid work right there, of course. Let me just take another screenshot of that. And we'll be looking for the entry here next for our scalps. All right, there goes that. Now we'll move over to our main chart here. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Liquidity here got hit. If you guys took this liquidity full TP right there. Next target below as well. Liquidity down here also got hit full TP. And we got price down here now. So I'll be waiting for a retracement candle. Now that we're down here, I'm gonna look for price to retrace up. I'll look for a V1 variation or a momentum reversal, and then I'll take that on its way back down further. If you guys did not sit in on the mentoring session from Monday, I do highly recommend you sit in on that. I explained my trading plan completely, so I said exactly what strategies I'm using. I think I've saved it here, so let's see if I can pull it up. Where did I put it? I put it here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Sean's 2025 trading plan. So again, these are the main strategies I'm looking for: V1 variation, V2 variation, V3 variation, momentum reversal V2, and the momentum breakout. Obviously, we already took the momentum breakout that hit full TP. I'm following my trading plan here, right? Now I'm looking for some V1 variations and momentum reversals. Contract size for my scalps, 10 contracts, 6 for breakouts. TP stop loss is 60-30 for the scalps with a trailing stop at the 30. And then for the breakout, 150 with trailing stop at the 50. My loss limit is 1 loss per day. Profit goal is 1 or 2 wins. My trading window, of course, hasn't changed, 6 to 6:30. So if you guys have not sat in on the mentoring session from last Monday, highly recommend you watch it. I explained my trading plan completely so that you guys know exactly what to look for. And I explained how to prevent yourself from getting caught trading in tilt and making mistakes and falling into this endless cycle that a lot of people end up in. So solid profits right there. Hey, Christian, Happy New Year's. Christian's asking question, those with the 250 subscription includes real-time access? Yes, that is correct. It is full-time access or real-time access. Christian, you'll get access to the Zoom and everything. If you guys are on the YouTube, obviously it's going to be a little delayed, so you guys might miss these entries. If you guys are just joining in, we took the breakout. If you guys want access to the real-time feed on Zoom, just go to the website here. Go to kodikaitrades.com. And this is where you can sign up for access to real-time data for the Zoom. These scalps are going to come fast, guys, so you guys got to pay attention. Make sure I'm going to give you guys some heads up. So, prior to me taking the entry, I will be giving you guys a heads up so that you guys can follow. Price is still dumping pretty nice right here. So we do have a direction. We have some volatility. I just need to get that retracement. So once price retraces up, I'll start looking for some entries. As of now, we don't have that yet. So I'm going to be waiting for this here to play through. So as we wait for that, I'm going to go and take a screenshot of my profits for the breakout. This is on my personal live account, no prop accounts here, and for the hedge accounts. So pretty solid profits right here. I'm going to turn off my hedge laptop actually right now because I'm done.
Recording stopped.
Stop the recording on there. All right, so I'll post up my profits. There's no entries right now, guys, so you're not missing out on anything. I'll do an analysis right now, the charts to show you guys what's going on, but here are my profits from that scalp, or not the scalp, from the breakout. So from the breakout right here, I took this trade to 50 points. Unfortunately, the following candle here spiked up. It pulled me out at 50 points. I was aiming for that full 100, but the 50 points were okay. And here are my profits. You can see this is my main account. I locked in 1,460. These are all of the client accounts, of course. Everyone over here locked in about half of what they normally would. I would typically lock in 3,000 on this trade, but I locked in 1,460. It's supposed to be 1,500, but of course, there's some slippage. But yeah, I mean, these are the profits from that breakout right there. So well over about like 5,000 in total for my account and the hedge accounts right there. Now we're looking for some scalps. So we got this liquidity here that got hit below. For these scalps right here, I'm looking for price to retrace up. So in order to confirm that retracement, I'm looking for a buy signal here to come up. Once the buy signal comes up, I will be looking for that opportunity for entry. Christian, what's your Zoom or what's your Discord username? You might have just joined, right? I see you right there. So there's a couple steps when you signed up. Like not when you signed up, when you log into the Zoom. I'm gonna update it for you. You're supposed to click on a button to verify your account, but I think you just missed it. Anyways, I just updated yours. So if you look at the Discord right now, just go over to the premium label. Make sure that so this is what you gotta do too. Make sure when you go onto the Discord, click on this button right here and click show all channels right here so that you can see all the channels. To get the Discord link, just go over here to the premium label, live Zoom links, and it'll be posted right there. All right, so with that said, we're looking for a possible buy signal here. Once we get that buy signal, I'll be looking for a V1 variation or possibly a momentum reversal. Better case, I'll look for a V2 variation, V3, but those trades don't come up very often. I will be looking for it though. And we'll see where we'll go from there. We have a pending buy signal on this current candle. I need this to push up higher. It's not there yet, but there is a pending buy signal, as you guys can see right there. So once this buy signal comes up, I will be focused on it and be looking for a possible opportunity for entry. I'm using this inside bar indicator for right now. I'm going to create one of my own so I can kind of have it better. This indicator is pretty decent, I think, for back testing, but for actual live trading, I need to update the code a little bit to have it a little bit more, um, to have it a little more accurate. So if you guys are wondering what these black dots are, these are just inside bars. And that's what I'm looking for the momentum reversals. So I need that buy signal here to close. Once the buy signal closes, we'll be ready to take these trades. Glenn's asking what TP stop loss are you using for scalps? I'm using the same one that I've always used, 60-30. 60 TP, 30 stop loss. My trailing stop is set at the 30. So I'm moving it from the 10 to the 30 because I'm expecting volatility to be a little bit higher. I mean, right now it's pretty high. You can see the ATR is currently 41, so we do have volatility here, and we do have some direction. So with that said, move over to my scalp laptop. As I wait for opportunities of entry. I keep forgetting it's Thursday. I feel like today's Monday. All right, so we got the buy signal right here, guys. I'm now going to be looking for some opportunities for entry. So I'll be looking for some V1 variations, which are going to be double body, double wick rejections. However, I'm going to have another confluence for the V1 variations. I need to have the rejection off the liquidity zone. So I need price to be at, one of these liquidity zones and rejecting off it with a double body, double wick. I'm not just going to take any random V1 variation unless it's like a really good looking one. I'm going to be very conservative with my entries. Otherwise, I'll be looking for some possible momentum reversal. So now that we got price pushing up, I'm looking for an inside bar here. Once I have the inside bar, I'll be looking for a possible opportunity for sell here. My TP stop loss is set at 30-point stop loss, 60-point TP. My trailing stop is going to be at the 30 mark. So I'll be looking for possible opportunities for entry here. So again, for the V1 variations, I need it to happen at one of the liquidity zones or some type of structure. And then for the momentum reversal, I'm going to need an inside bar. And I also can't have price consolidating, right? So if price starts to go sideways, I'm not going to take any entry for the momentum reversal. I need it to be a pretty smooth, pretty straightforward entry. Also, I'm looking at the red flags here. If price is too close to the red flags or it's touching it, I'm obviously not going to take any entry there. Okay. So I'm going to be a little riskier with my risk reward, but I will be conservative with my entries. So let's see, there's no entry here yet. This is a pretty nice big candle though. So if I get an inside bar on this next one, I'll probably be looking for entry. All right. So it's currently an inside bar right here. So if this pushes past this candle right here, it's not going to be inside bar. I'm going to be looking at intra right here at this low, the trailing stop. If it's inside, it's not inside. Okay, so this candle is not inside. You can see it push past this high right here. So no entry there. We'll try again, possibly on the next candle. We'll see. There's no entry here yet. I'm just focusing on looking at this for the inside bar. Once I have the inside bar, get ready to take the entry. Yeah, main said there's a breakout B3 continuation that came up right here. It was small though, I agree with you. Might have been hard to catch. All right, this could be a possible inside bar right here. So I need to have a wick on the bottom. If this stays within this candle right here, this is going to be an inside bar. I'll be looking for a possible momentum reversal here. So I will be looking for possible entry right here. The 61 price point might be a little too close. All right, so we got the candle closing in about 9 seconds. Put my pending sell limit right there once this candle closes. Put it down there.
Order submitted.
So I got my pending sell limit right there. I'm in the order now.
Order submitted.
All right, so let's see where the 30 points are at. So I know where my trailing stop will be moved. 30 points right there. 60 points down here. Just not very much movement here. So I'm in the position. It's kind of just going back and forth right now. The volatility here is kind of flattened out. Stop hit.
Order
It's all
filled.
good. So stop hit right there for the scalp guys. Like I said, today's going to be kind of a tricky day for our entries. This is just one of those days. So unfortunately, no win right there for the scalp. My trading plan is if I take a loss for the day, I'm done for the day, right? So I'm not going to look for any more scalps. I will hold off until tomorrow, but I will look for some scalps and mark them up for you guys. So again, here's my trading plan. My trading plan is following these strategies: V1 variation, V2, V3, momentum reversal V2, and the momentum breakout. These are my contract sizes, my TP stop loss. I'm doing a positive risk reward here, so it's okay if I take a loss because the next trade will either make it back or make it back and profit. So there's my TP stop loss setup. And then here's my loss limit. So whenever I have one loss, I'm just going to take my loss. This is like basically a 1 or 2% loss here, very small. And then I'll be carrying it on to the next following day. So, and my profit goal is about 1 or 2 wins. I had my 1 win for the day, and then of course the 1 loss right here. So that's it for this trade right here. Unfortunately, this hit stop loss. I'll put this in the stats as well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this here fakes out and then it comes all the way back down. It's just the market for today. It is New Year's. It's the first trading day of the new year. So I was expecting some craziness to happen. Same thing happened with our breakout today. So if you guys took our breakout this morning, price got really close to the stop loss. It retraced, it came down really nice till about like 50 points. Then it retraced up super hard. And I thought it was going to hit stop loss, but then it ended up coming all the way back down to our TP. So it's just the type of market that we're currently in for the day. As I discussed earlier, I think this year is going to be very volatile. You can see it's pretty volatile now. There just isn't very too much direction. Usually once the move has happened, so the move happened right here for our breakout, then you're getting a big retracement right here. So the pattern that I was looking for is I was looking for this to retrace up a little bit and then make its way back down, right? And again, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this here does come back down from where it's currently at and then comes all the way back down. It just ended up spiking up right here to grab the liquidity right here. And then now it's coming right back down. But it's all good. So 1 win, 1 loss for the day. We won for the breakout, lost for the scalp here. Following my trading plan, I'm done looking for scalps for the day, but I will continue to analyze the charts. So if you guys are looking to take more entries for the day, we'll keep looking. But I'm done taking entries on my own specific accounts. Let me add this over here so we have that loss for the scalp, fortunately. We haven't had a loss in a while. It's 30 points. Not too bad. All right, so there's the stats for the day. 1 win, 1 loss. 1 win for the breakout, 100 points. 1 loss for the scalp over here, 30 points. Let's see if the 10 points would have hit. No, 10 points wouldn't have hit anyways. So even if we had the trailing stop at the 10 points, still wouldn't have played through. Clean this up real quick. Let's see if there's anything else here for us to mark up. A couple levels down here that kind of built up. So we have a level right there. Level right there. Yeah, it looks like price is just swinging all the way back up. This is kind of like how the market was on Tuesday, on New Year's Eve. If you guys remember Tuesday, price pretty much just ranged the entire session. Came up, came down, came right back up, came back down, etc. So the direction still has not been established. I'm curious when Trump is actually going to be in-house. When does Trump take office? So inauguration day. To January 20th. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a choppy, if not sideways market for like the next, I guess, 20 days or so. His inauguration day is on the 20th. That's when he's going to start to, when he officially comes in house. And we're probably going to get like a lot of this until then. A lot of sideways, a lot of consolidation, a lot of back and forth. Until he gets in a house and he starts to announce all of the plans that he plans to do for the next 2 years or next 4 years. So we'll see. Okay, so here's the, you can see better from the clean chart here. This is just a huge range. Price came down really sharply. We took the breakout right there, so that was nice. And then price here just came all the way back up. The pattern that I was looking for is I was looking for price to come up, retrace, and come back down further. But unfortunately, this thing just came all the way back up, which is fine. If you want to look for some buys here, I'll look for some buys. Here, we're back at the clean chart. Looks like liquidity up there just got hit. Let's see, Randy's asking, does the trade copy you have a max contracts? No, there's no max contracts. It's not Trade-of-8. I'm using Replicano, so you can use as many contracts as you want. As many contracts and as many as accounts as you want. We got price over here. Price kind of pushing up now as we speak. So we got, yeah, I know that's a downside, Randy, with Trade-of-8. I used Trade-of-8 initially before I moved on to like this Replicano. Trade-of-8 does have a cap, so you can only trade so many accounts on it, which sucks. And you can only trade one firm as well. So with mine, I trade Apex, I also trade Tradeify, and I trade Perdia. That just reminds me, I gotta go to Perdia. I gotta remember to do this every month. Perdia, when you're trading with Perdia Capital, they require that you update your market data every month, which is kind of annoying. But I just updated my market data. Let's see. Let's see. Certain said, wasn't there a session line? So I don't think there was a session line down here. The session line was up here, above. Yeah, if this candle would have touched the session line, I would have canceled the order. But I don't think there's any session lines down here. There's liquidity sitting down here, but no session lines. We have the New York high, which is right here. London high is on the same exact price point. We also have the Asia high right here. And see what else we got here. I think those are the only sessions right there. The sessions are pretty far. I'm surprised the sessions are this far down. So it looks like last night price actually pushed up a lot. So it pushed up from like way down here. We have the New York low down here, London low, and Asia low. These are from Wednesday afternoon up until this morning. So from Wednesday afternoon up until here, let me measure. Yeah, over the Asia session, price actually moved a lot. It moved about 3,000 point or 300 points, 3,000 pips. So 376 points from Asia up until now. That's a New York session high low. Um, Pretty big move for Asia last night. Randy's asking, sure does suck. Can you send the link for the copier? You have to trade on NinjaTrader. I mean, you could log into your TradeAvate on NinjaTrader, but you have to trade. You have to execute. Well, you don't have to execute your trades. You just have to set up the copier on NinjaTrader, and then if you want to trade on TradeAvate, you can do that. If you want to trade on TradingView, you can do that as well. So I'll post a link over there. If you guys are wondering which copier I use, just go over here to Kodi Kai Trades on the Discord. Go to FAQs, frequently asked questions, and then I post the copier right here. So I'll post it in the chat right there, Randy, if you want to check it out. But you do need NinjaTrader. You can't just, you have to have it on NinjaTrader. That's how you set it up. And then once you have it set up, you can execute your trades on TradeAvate. You get a discount on it. It's 20% off, so it's a pretty good deal. It's a one-time fee too. You don't have to pay multiple, like a monthly fee on this. There you go. Link's been posted. All right, guys, so I'm back on the charts over here. We have price switching to a bullish trend. Now that we're in a bullish trend, I'm gonna look for a sell signal. So I'm looking for a sell signal here to come up. Once the sell signal comes up, I'll look for the continuation back to the upside. So we have a sell signal here that's currently pending. If the sell signal closes, I'll be looking for a possible momentum reversal or a V1 variation from this point up here. The only problem is that price is right at the opening price right here. So if it does end up providing opportunity here for entry, obviously I wouldn't take it if I was going to be taking it because there's a red flag right there. If you guys do want to take it, I'll mark it up for you, but there's I mean, I would consider this somewhat risky for the most part. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be an entry here, guys, because even if we do get a sell signal right here, if we get an entry that happens within this middle area, I mean, it's going to be impossible to like get past these red flags because we have the sessions right here. So if the entry comes too low, it's going to be at the sessions. And then if it wouldn't matter because the opening price is right there. Either way, we just have a big area of red flags here. We have opening price, that's a red flag. We have the Asia high, that's a red flag. We have the New York high, London high. This whole area right here is a red flag area. I wouldn't trade within this middle area here. So I think best case scenario here is you probably want price to swing back down, retrace up and come back down right here. Look for your entry at this point down here. I wouldn't trade in this middle area, guys. So if you want to trade, feel free to trade around that area, but I'm going to give you a, my honest opinion. I don't think you should trade within this middle area. There's a V1 variation setting up right here too. And it's like horrible placing for entry. So we got a possible V1 variation right here. It's a double body rejection and it's off liquidity zone right here. So if you guys want to take this, I'll mark it up for you. Again, like I said, I don't really feel comfortable trading around this area because it's like right at the sessions. I mean, not the sessions, it's right at the opening price and news price too. So we got the blue line, which is opening price. We got the pink line, which is news price. There's actually a good entry right here that's setting up. This price action right here is a really good price action candle. If this candle closes past this this high right here, this is actually going to be a V2 variation. It's going to be a V1 and V2 variation in one candle. The only problem here is that you're right at the opening price. So if this closes green, it's going to be a V1. If this closes above it, it's going to be a V2. They come in degrees. So here is the V1 variation. It's right at opening price though. This is considered a red flag for me, so I wouldn't mess with it for me personally. If you guys want to take it, feel free to take it. I will mark up the 30-point mark here. I'll follow it. But like I said, this is an area where price tends to be manipulated. So I'm not messing with any trades in this area right here. It's just too risky. I've done a lot of data on these price points. That's why I avoid them completely. This whole area right here is just not a good area to be trading in. Yeah. So see right there how price gets manipulated at the blue line? That's exactly why we're not taking the trade there. This candle closed right at opening price where that blue line was. So I'm just going to take this off. I don't want you guys to think I'm in the position. I just wanted to show you guys that was a setup there, but it's not a setup that I would have taken because of the red flags. So again, if you guys are not familiar with the red flags, basically I avoid all trades that happen where any of these horizontal dotted lines are. So you guys can see over here, we have a dotted blue line, that's opening price. We have a dotted pink line, that's high impact news. We have a dotted purple line, that's the Asia high. We have a dotted green line here. It's also lined up with a dotted red line, which is the New York and London high. This whole area right here is not a good area to be trading in. It doesn't matter how good the setup looks like. I wouldn't take any trades around this area because this area is just, it's simply a highly manipulated area. Aside from the breakout, so for the breakout, it's a different story because that's a breakout. It's supposed to break past certain price points. But for the scalps, the stop loss is just too tight. So you can see over here, price faked out. It came down very sharply, and then it came right back up. I wouldn't be surprised if price just sits within this area right here. See how price is currently consolidating within these red flags? This is why I don't trade around these areas because you don't know where price is going to go. Price is just going back and forth, back and forth. Hey, what's up, Sam? Happy New Year's. Yeah, no, definitely. How's gold? So Sam just got into the room. He's trading gold right now. Hopefully it's more consistent than YM today. We took the breakout today. So if you guys are just joining in, we took 2 trades for the day. Took the breakout over here. This was a full TP for 100 points. And then I took a small scalp over here. This hit stop loss for 30 points. So a win for 100 points here, stop for 30 points right there. So still net profitable for the week, or for the day and for the week, actually, for both. Net profit overall, it's just, yeah, today's just, it's kind of back and forth. If you look over here on the clean chart, guys, you guys can see things a little better. You can see over here prices going back and forth. Well, it went back and forth in this big range. Like it literally covered the whole range. It was about a 200-point range. Went from 43,200 down to 43,000. It's about a 200-point range. And then price is now above here, and it's currently consolidating within these 2 ranges here now. So between the 43,200 and the 43,100. It's a 100-point range between this point and this point right here as price goes sideways. And from that, we just don't really have much here to work with. I mean, I'll zoom in a little bit. There's just no direction, I trade in the direction of the trend. I trade in the direction of momentum. Right here, price is just going back and forth. If we had a nice, so for example, right here, if this starts to climb down and it does this, then, perfect. We're looking for this type of pattern anyways. We want a downwards trend or we want an upwards trend. I don't mind which direction price goes. I just want some sort of trend to be established. So we got price coming back down lower. It's still within this whole red flag area, like I mentioned. But ideally, this is what you'd like to see. You'd like to see price come down, retrace, come down further, aim for the liquidity down here. But when it retraces up here, you can look for an entry. So when it retraces like that, you can ride this back down further, right? So just a lot of fake outs today, a lot of back and forths, as you guys can see. Initially, price came down right here. It faked out from down here, pushed all the way back up to this upper area, faked out from right here. Now it's coming back down. But you can see over here, I mean, you can't see as cleanly from here, but from the clean chart with no markups, you can see that it's doing the same thing that it did on Tuesday, actually. I mean, it's kind of shocking how the resemblance of Tuesday and today is. This is exactly how the market moved on Tuesday. If you guys remember, price came up to that upper resistance point, came down, faked out, came right back up, then it came back down, then it came back up. If you go back to Tuesday, you'll see the market was exactly the same. Yeah, same thing. So look at this right here. This is Tuesday's market. It's literally doing exactly what happened on Tuesday. See how it went back and forth? Back, forth, back and forth. This is not the type of market you really want to trade in. I mean, you can trade the tops and bottoms if you really want to, but for the most part, it's doing the same thing that it did here on Tuesday. This is Tuesday's market. This is today's market. Same thing. It's just we're like halfway through the day. So back and forth, back and forth. The resemblance is crazy. It's like pretty much mirror image of like what was happening on Tuesday. All right. So here he goes, price swings back up. So I'm okay with the loss from today. You know, the loss that we had today, I think today was a fair loss. It was just one of those days where price is going back and forth. I mean, ideally, if price would come back down further, it would have been pretty smooth, but we're not really getting that. So for today, this is how the market's moving, just like it did on Tuesday. Ideally, I want price to be moving like this. Right. I like price to push up or price to push down right now. It's doing pretty much what I warned you guys about. I said that if you're going to take any trades in this middle area, be careful because it's probably just going to consolidate within the red flags. Again, just remember these lines here, guys. These lines will save your trading so much from unnecessary losses. This trade over here was away from it, but this over here will save you from unnecessary losses. Basically, the blue dotted line, pink dotted line, purple dotted line, green dotted line, and red dotted line. You can't see the red dotted line here, but the red dotted line is on the chart too as well. So it doesn't matter the color, just look at the dotted lines. These solid lines are different. You're okay with trading with these solid lines because these are liquidity, but the ones that are dotted, green, red, purple, pink, and blue, those dotted lines you want to avoid at all costs. Otherwise, you'll get caught in these fake outs here. So like, for example, if you wanted to chase the sell here, look how it faked out and pushed right back up. Right? If you want to chase this buy right here, look how it got to this blue line right here, came and touched it, faked out, came right back down. You can trade the fake outs if you want, but I mean, it's very hard to predict what direction it'll actually push off when it gets to that point. Let's see, Lila. Sorry, Lila, I just saw your message from earlier. Lila said, is there a dictionary of your different V2, V1 game discombobulated? Yeah, I'll put up so the thing is you probably don't have to like look at the V2s because the V2s are rarely going to come up. I'll see if I could find a I'll probably make a video for it. So I'll make a video of all the main strategies that I'm following. Again, if you guys are just joining in or if you guys didn't hear my spiel earlier regarding my trading plan for this year, I'm going to stick to my trading plan pretty strictly. So the main strategies here that you're probably going to see are going to be V1 variation and momentum reversal and momentum breakout. Obviously, that's going to happen like pretty much every morning. So the breakout will happen every morning, but for the scalp strategies, for the most part, you're probably only going to see the momentum reversal and the V1 variation. These other entries come up like maybe once a week, if not even once a week. They come up in degrees. So like the V1 is going to come up very often. That's why I have a confluence. I need it to come up with a rejection of the liquidity structure. And for the momentum reversal, it just needs to be a clean entry with the inside bar. So if I see an example of a V2 variation, I will show you. There's actually an example right here, but I take that back. Never mind. I thought this thing closed above it, but it didn't. Yeah, we're probably not going to see one here. I think as the volatility picks up higher, then we'll see them more often. I think once Trump becomes inaugurated, then there's going to be a lot of change in the market and in the world, guys. Hope you guys are ready for it. Like not just with the markets trading, but like everything in general, right? Like there's going to be a lot of stuff changing, and we welcome it, of course. Us as traders, we want change because if you guys have been trading with me for the past couple years now, um, you guys would know that like Biden's presidency wasn't good for the market. It wasn't at all. If you guys traded it this past year, majority of people that I've traded with that are like legitimate traders, I'm not talking about like the people you see on YouTube or Instagram. I know I'm a YouTube, I trade on YouTube, I just live stream my trades, but I'm talking about like the people who are marketers on YouTube, like people who are showing that they're making like crazy, crazy days, right? Like they're having consistent 100K days with like no losses. I think that's like all BS because everybody that I know who's like a legitimate trader, everyone's had a struggling month or a struggling like couple days or couple days out of the month. Like for me, this is probably like an average month for me or average year for me. 2024 is pretty average. I made about I think if you looked at the totals of my trades, and these are all the live trades that we take. So if you guys looked at the stats, I mean, I haven't put the total stats yet for 2024, but if you look at the stats that we had for the year so far. So basically for this year, I had 208 wins, 101 losses, total profit of 2,300 points. The gain here, I wouldn't really look at the gain very much because all my accounts are like different account sizes, so they're slightly different. But if you do the basic math here, so like I'm doing about like 10 contracts for my scalps times 5 times 2,300. It's about like 100,000, so 115,000. But then I have multiple accounts, so obviously this multiplies. And then if you factor it in with the breakouts are slightly different. So like the breakouts are 6 contracts times 5 to 2,300. So if you get the average of these two, so you basically divide this by 2, and you divide this by 2. So 57, or yeah, so 57 plus 34,500, and we'll just multiply it by like, we'll say about like 5 accounts. So this is about profit for the year. It's a little less. It's actually a lot less than what I've had, the previous years. Which is okay. You're gonna have years like that. As long as your net profit at the end of the year, I think that's like the really big main goal. Because if your net profit one year, you know that it's possible and you can push it up even higher for the following year. So for this year, I'm gonna take a lot more risk. I'm gonna go for bigger targets. I'm not gonna go for the smaller 10. I'll go for 10 points when the market's choppy and sideways, like say during the summer or during the holidays. But for the most part, I'm gonna go for the full one-to-ones for the scalps, and then I'm pretty much going to aim for those bigger targets this year. The reason for that is because with Trump becoming president, we're going to see a lot more volatility, and I would expect this to kind of push through a little further, right? I just need some direction. We have volatility today, so the ATR is currently at 32. We just don't have any direction. So if you look at the clean chart again right here, there's not any direction, right? Price is currently consolidating within this area right here. It's a consolidation range. It's not the type of market that we want to trade in. We want volatility and we also want direction. So we want price to be climbing down further and further and further. Like I think Monday was a great example. If you guys traded with me on Monday, that was like it was like butter. Like that day was perfect. It kept going straight throughout the entire day. Let's go over here to the markups for Monday. Yeah, so if you guys traded with us on Monday, it was what was Monday? Monday was the 31st, no? No, it was the 2nd or 30th. Okay, yeah. If you guys traded with us on Monday, so this was a market on Monday. It was like straight down. And then for the scalps, it was perfect. It was just consistently dropping, right? Like this is the type of market that let me make it a little bigger. This is the market that we're looking for. We want something that moves straight directly. No, it doesn't have to be directly down, but it needs to come down, retrace, come down, retrace, come down. We don't want price where it goes down, goes up, goes down, and goes up, goes down. It's not an ideal market to be trading in. For today, you can see this is how the market is currently at. It opened right here at 630. I'll mark up 630 right here. So this is where market opened up. We had a nice drop right here. And I thought price was going to continue dropping just like Monday, but it didn't. So price came down, retraced, came down further, then it retraced all the way back up for a full-on reversal. And then it came back down, and now it's just ranging right here. So you compare this market to Monday right here. This is a really nice market. Down, retrace, down, continuation. So I'm hoping like over the next couple weeks, probably starting next month, we'll start to have more of that directional market. The reason why I'm expecting that is because with Trump in house and him being inaugurated, like what's going to happen here is he's going to say things that are it's going to sway the market one way or the other. He's either going to say bad things about the market or like for what's to come, and price is just going to keep coming down, or he's going to say good things about the market and it's just going to keep coming up. He's not going to be like neutral, right? The thing with Biden this year or for the past couple of years is that he's so neutral. It's like he's not for war and he's not against war. He's not for he's not for the economy or against the economy. He's just like, I don't know. That's the type of president he is, right? He just says he doesn't have anything to say about anything. Um, like with what happened over the New Year's, like if you guys saw what happened in New Orleans or the bombing that or the Tesla Cybertruck that blew up in Las Vegas yesterday. I mean, personally, I haven't seen Biden say anything about that, right? You guys might have seen something or heard something that Biden said about it, but typically a president would say something like they would say, "We're going to take action about it," or "We're going to, that's an act of war," or something like that. That would sway the market. Um, Yeah, so Daniel here said he spoke for like 30 seconds on it and then walked off. Yeah, exactly. See, if Trump was president, he's going to say that was an act of war and we're going to find whoever did it, right? And if that happens, then the market goes up, right? Or it goes down. Depends on who he declares war on, right? Declares war on the Middle East, that's probably going to scare people. Price will go down a little bit. If he declares war on China, it's probably going to push price up because he's going to have something to say about it, right? That's kind of like what we need in the market. Um, we need someone that has, some sort of stance or some sort of opinion on like what's going to drive the market. So yeah, I'm excited for 2025. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm not political at all. I'm just that's how it's going to affect the market. So we're traders, so of course you want to be aware of like what's going on. You don't necessarily have to agree with anything that's being televised and stuff like that. But you do want to understand that it is going to move the market, whether you like it or not. And it's going to be beneficial. So let's see, price is dropping right here. Let's check CNBC real quick. Any updates? Not really any updates, no breaking news. Let's see what we got over here. This is Dow falls more than 300 points Friday, but breaks 3-week. This is old news. So there's no new news for today. Surprisingly, CNBC hasn't reported anything yet. Is there an update? Yeah, there hasn't been any updates. I'm surprised CNBC has not reported anything for the new year. Check Bloomberg. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. The bombing in New Orleans for New Year's. Well, not bombing, the terrorist attack in New Orleans and then the Cybertruck blast as well. All right, so we got price coming back down. Let's see if we have some direction here. So we got price back down right here at 723. So we still got about 30 minutes till 8. I'll keep looking for entries here. I'm not going to take anything because you guys can see from my trading plan right here. Once I have one loss, I'm done for the day. Had one loss. It was basically a half loss since I'm doing a 1 to 2. We had one win here for the breakout and then one loss over here for the scalp. Scalp was 30-point loss. Breakout was a 100-point win. So I'm going to clean this up. We have liquidity over here that got hit. So if you guys took this first level of liquidity, full TP on that one. Next one over here, full TP as well. And we have another lower liquidity here that has not gotten hit yet. I'll look for that retracement candle. All right, so looking at this right now. All right, so I'm looking for a buy signal here, guys. Clean up the chart a little bit, take all the mess off. So we have price down below. What you want to look for here is a buy signal. So you want to look for a buy signal to confirm the retracement to the upside. And then look for the continuation back down. Basically a half shoulder, right? If you guys are looking for head and shoulders, this is basically a head and shoulder pattern. Ideally, you're looking for something like this. But for right here, you're basically going to look for the half shoulder, just this side right here. Or basically the head and the half shoulder. Basically an M pattern. So we got price down here. You're looking for the buy signal to push up. Once the buy signal pushes up, you're going to look for that to retrace, come back up higher, come back down. So you basically look for a V1 variation or a momentum reversal at some point. If it happens earlier, it's probably going to be this part right here. This will be a momentum reversal. If it happens up here, it's probably a V1 variation. I mean, it just kind of depends on like what the price action is giving you. The thing that you guys have to understand with their strategies is that for me, I trade momentum trend. So I trade in the direction of the trend and I trade in the direction of momentum, but my actual entries are price action. So a lot of people ask if I trade price action. The thing is, if you're trading technical analysis and you're doing candle analysis, it's all price action. Like a lot of people want to give it different names, but it's price action. That's the basic name. If you're doing any technical analysis, if you're going off any of these like chart patterns, it's price action. So for the most part, if like just try to not complicate things, right? If you're trading support and resistance, that's price action because you're looking for price to come to support or resistance and bounce off. That's price has action off the resistance or support, and that's price action. Some people will look for some gaps and stuff in the market. Like they trade. There's just so many things. Like there's so many things that people like rename things, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be price action. So I just keep that in mind, guys. I feel like there's a lot of confusion with like what people hey Christian, yeah, email that to the email that was listed on the page. You got to email your trading username. Not sure, we can't look it up through your email. So just email the your trading username and then the support team will update it for you. And that'll give you access to the indicators on TradingView. So if you don't know where that is, just go over here to go to the course and you scroll up to the top. It says right here, how to receive access to the Kodi Kai trading system indicator. So it's under the Get Started tab right here. It'll have the email though. It'll tell you to email your username, and that's how you can get access to it. Yeah, no problem, Christian. Let's see. So we got nothing going on here, guys. No buy signal yet. Prices consolidating around this lower area. So until we get a buy signal, there's not going to be any entries here for V1 variation or momentum reversal. We need to confirm that retracement first. I mean, ideally, if you guys look over here how the market's currently moving, this isn't really a good market to be trading in anyways. As you guys can see, price is just going sideways. it is going sideways between the 43,000 and the 43,950. If price drops further, that's perfect, because if that becomes the case, then, ideally we'll have some sort of direction here. But if price doesn't continue dropping, it might just consolidate within this middle area. Not a great market today. I mean, the good thing is that we did have this big push right here on open that hit our breakout right there for full TP. So ideally, yeah, that was good. But for the rest of the market here, it's kind of flattened out a little bit. So again, this is the reason why if I take one loss, guys, I'm done trading for the day, because I understand that if I take a loss, the market's probably not moving in the way that I need it to move to hit my scalps, right? I trade in the direction of the trend and I trade in the direction of momentum. If I take a loss right here pretty early on, then I'm like, okay, this gives me a heads up that like, all right, the market's probably not going to move straight today, so I should probably stop trading. And I feel like that's the biggest problem with a lot of people who are trading. They don't know when to stop and they don't know when to start. For me, I trade between 6:30 and 8. So like between that window, if the market's moving directional and trending, then perfect, I'll look for entries. But right here, you can see the market is not trending and it's not moving directional. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if this here would fake out and then pull right back up, right? Because that's kind of what happened on Tuesday. And that's literally what it looks like right here. Price will fake out, come all the way back up. Like this is a big push. If you think about this whole full-on retracement, this wasn't a full-on reversal. This was just a retracement all the way up to opening price. So this right here, if you measure it, price came from this low point up to here. It retraced up 243 points. That's a lot of points. And then from there, it just ended up coming all the way back down. So from this high point down here, it's about a 300-point drop. So the market realistically is ranging about 200 to 300 points. Price came down about 260 points, came up about 260 points, came down 300 points. And I wouldn't be surprised if this thing comes all the way back up another 300 points. So from the clean chart right here, you can see price is having trouble getting past this lower area. It's currently at this whole number here, which is 42,950. It tried to push past it, close below it, trap the sellers now. Looks like price might be shooting right back up to stop out the sellers. This is why I say not to chase the trade. You got to wait for that retracement. If you don't wait for the retracement, you can easily get trapped in this lower area right here. I'm sure a lot of people are trying to enter the sells and now they're trapped at this lower area right here because their stop loss is probably getting triggered now, or it got triggered. So if you look at the price action in the candlesticks right here, typically if someone is to enter a trade right here, so for example, if someone entered right here at this low, where would their stop loss typically be? It'd probably be around here at the whole number, right? So it looks like you could have gotten shaken out right there. Shaken out and dropped right back down. And we'll see. Nice. So Sam over here, he caught the sell actually. He caught the sell, break, and retest. So he caught the break and retest on this lower area right here, which is it's solid. So price broke and closed below it. Looks like he actually waited for the retest and then rode that down further. Some people don't wait for the retest. They just enter right here. And this is what I was talking about. So if you enter from right here, as soon as this candle closes, depending on how big your stop loss is, typically a lot of people have a pretty tight stop loss, like maybe 20 points, 30 points. It's easy to get stopped out right here before it comes all the way back down. But if you would have waited for that break and retest of it, see the price action over here is actually pretty good on this specific candle. As you can see, this candle broke and closed below it. It came up for this retest and it was a strong red candle. So it could have been an easy catch right there if you waited for that to close and then write it down a little further. But we'll see. There's still no buy signal here. Clean this up. There's still no buy signal, and we're getting close to the sessions down here. So here goes another red flag down below, dotted purple line. It's not an area that I would recommend you guys trading at. I would just sit back and let this here kind of retrace up a little bit first. So here he goes, price comes down a little further or comes up a little further. I would look for that buy signal there to come up. Once the buy signal comes up, that retracement, continuation back down. So you guys can see this is a recurring pattern. Like if you guys can just identify this pattern here, you guys would know what to look for. It's basically an M pattern. But looking at this here, I mean, if we look back at the data here, I would probably expect a fake out. So you might want to see this swing all the way back up. It looks like Barack here and Sam, they're looking for the swing back to the upside, which I agree with you. This is kind of like how the market plays, right? It comes down, fakes out, traps the sellers, and swings all the way back up. Let's see how far opening price is from here. So opening price is way up here, this blue line. So price is about 200 points away, 260 points away. I could and would probably see this swing all the way back up to back to open if it does come back up. So if it does come back up, probably back to open. This will be the target price point. Yeah, Barack said perhaps even to the high. I think that deep is way gone already. That dip is way gone already. Yeah. Yeah, it's dropped pretty far down. If you guys want to measure to see if price is overextended, you would measure from this higher high right here down to here. Prices dropped down 300 and 30, so 327 points. That's a pretty big drop right now. So obviously, you probably would expect this to swing back up. It's not there yet, but I mean, market might even just stay flat for the next couple. Bring this alert up right here. I mean, it looks like it's probably just going to sit down here. So this is where people get trapped because what happens is they try to chase the sell and then price just ends up going sideways. I think what the market makers and institutions are doing right now is they're looking to see where are there more sellers or buyers. So right now it's currently 67% long. I know we used to use IG in the past. I don't know how accurate IG is anymore, but currently right now it shows that there's 67% of retail traders who are currently buying right now. So there's more traders on the buy side. With that said, I think what might happen here is price might push up a little bit, lure in the buyers, and then swing it right back down and stop them out. A little avalanche, right? Price will climb up a little bit and stop them right back out. But I mean, looking at where price is currently sitting right now, it looks like this is a trap being set up as we speak. So this thing could really trap in either direction. If you look over here, price is just going sideways. This can easily trap to the upside and come back down and stop them out, or this can trap to the downside and then swing back up to stop everybody out as well. Ideally, I think this is what might happen. I think price might just go sideways for a bit, depending on how strong these candles are. Okay, so the price action here is not that good. I was trying to see if there was any hints of like what would happen next. So looking at these right here, there's a couple of weak candles, like 1, 2, 3 weak candle, strong red candle. And I think the price action right here would roll this down, of course. I'm looking for so when I look at price action patterns, I try to look for like a bunch of like small weak candles. So I look for a bunch of small weak candles, maybe like 3 or 4 weak candles. Like for example, these are kind of weak right here. 1, 2, 3. They're not super weak, but they're slightly weak. And I would like them to be lined up like this. So if you have a consolidation pattern right here where the candles are weak, if it's followed by a strong candle like this, then ideally I expect price to come down a little further like it did right here. This right here was kind of like a bunch of weak candles, but they're not sideways. These were like kind of coming down, and then it came up right here with like a doji basically, or a hammer. But you guys can see from the price action, I mean, these candles are just not, they're not very, They're not very nice looking. They're hard to kind of read for the most part. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep watching here. The volatility is high. So if you look at the ATR, the candles are moving. They're moving, they're just not very directional. The ATR is currently at 40, ATR at 738. I mean, we're pretty late into the session and the ATR is pretty high. So this shows you that there is volatility in the market. It's just not very consistent. Like, you guys see how this is moving right here? This is a pretty big range. If you were to trade within this range right here, it's going to be super easy for you to get chopped out. It's an 80-point range right now within this smaller area down here. If you count this upper wick, it's a 100-point range. So you think about that. If your stop loss is 30 points, like what I typically use. So this is what my TP stop loss usually looks like, right? 60 TP, 30 stop loss, and then I have my trailing stop at the 30. If your stop loss is this tight, it's going to be very easy for you to get stopped out, right? It's easy for you to like maybe get in like somewhere where you think price will go up, comes down, stops you out, and then it comes all the way back up. And then vice versa. If you're looking the other way for a sell, same thing. I think the only way to really survive these moves is if you have a really, really big stop loss. Not a really big stop loss, but bigger than what I'm typically using. So like instead of a 60-30, you might want to use something like I mean, maybe even a 50-100, right? Something like that. You just lower your contract size and then increase your risk reward. But it's tough. Like the thing is, you don't want to change your game plan. Like for me, let me just put my game plan up here again. Like for me, I'm gonna try to stick to this game plan for the whole year, right? Today's the first trading day of the year. Fine. I don't think it's on here. I gotta refresh this. Let me just refresh this real quick. All right, there's still nothing going on. Price is going back and forth. So again, like here's my trading plan. I'm gonna try to stick to this as close as possible for this whole 2025 year, guys. I'm just gonna stick to it. I'm gonna show you guys if you guys can stick to a trading plan that you can be profitable by the end of the year. So I'm gonna document all these trades and we're gonna see how this plays out for the whole year. So again, I'm focusing on these strategies. My contract size will pretty much stay the same for the most part. My TP stop loss will pretty much stay the same for the most part. If I need to make adjustments here because the volatility is too high, then I'll make changes. But a lot of these are going to be hard limits. Like for example, my loss limit, I'm not going to go past this. If you could stick within your loss limit, like I only allow myself one loss per day, not accounting for the breakout because that's for separate accounts, but one loss for the day for scalps. If you can stick to this, it would be almost near impossible for you to blow your accounts, guys. Because if you're using proper risk and you're risking about like, so me, I've accounted to lose for 5 trades. So in order for me to blow my prop accounts, I have to lose 5 trades back to back, right? Like I literally would just have to lose 5 trades back to back in order for me to lose my accounts. And I don't think I've ever had that for my scalps. For the breakouts, it's different, but for the and even for the breakouts, we haven't had more than 5 losses. But for the scalps, if you can do this and keep yourself at one loss limit, this will prevent you from trading on tilt. If you guys don't know what trading on tilt is, it's revenge trading, over trading, changing your contract size to like make your money back, stuff like that. If you can have the discipline to just lose one trade and then be done for the day, I think you'll be golden. Because like, for example, over here, there's only one trade that I lost for the day, which is this one. And I haven't had the urge to like FOMO into any entries, right? I kind of just like held on to it and just let the trade kind of play through. There actually hasn't been anything here that's come up yet. There's one that might be coming up shortly. So we currently have a buy signal here. The only problem with this is that it's right at the sessions. So there's a V1 variation that came up right here, actually, or I don't know if this is the same level. Let me check. No. So they're not on the same level. So this would not have been a V1 variation. I mean, there was no liquidity here anyways. Actually, there was. So there's a liquidity zone right here. This was like really close to a V1 variation, but if you look at the levels, they're not exactly at the same level height. So I mean, some people might have taken this as an entry as a V1. If you did want to take it as a V1, the setup would be right there. And then typically it'd be like a 60-30. And it looks like it would still be running right now. Looks like the 30 points actually would have gotten hit. So at 30 points right here, if your stop loss moved in profit, you'd get out for a 1-to-1. And then if you wanted to keep riding it, I mean, the 60 points still hasn't gotten hit yet. So it's still currently running. Yeah, Daniel said, is there a link to the trading journal template in the Discord somewhere? Yeah. So go over here, Daniel, go to the Discord. Go to 2024 live official trades. I'm going to make a new one. So I'll make a new one for 2025. Just go over here, scroll up, and then this is a blank template. If you click on this here, it'll come up and you'll have the blank template here. You'll just change it to 2025. I'll create a new one here for you guys. You know what? I'll do that right now, actually. So there's no entries here right now. Let me just copy this over. I'm going to change the year to 2025. There's no entries right now, guys. I mean, the entries are starting to kind of. All right, let's see if there's anything that might come up right here. So this trade's pretty much done with, guys, because it's been going back and forth. If I see anything come up right here, I will mark it up for you guys, but I just don't see anything right now. But yeah, I'm going to start a new template for you guys here as well. I got to start mine as well, too. All right, so there's a possible momentum reversal that might be coming up right here because I'm not taking the trade. Like I said, I'm done trading for the day. But if this candle does close as an inside candle, the only reason I know it's inside is because this candle is within this previous one right here. So if you're looking to take a momentum reversal, the pending entry would happen down here. And I'd probably only go for 30-30 because this candle still has like about 20 seconds left on it. Never mind, take that back. There's no inside candle. This candle broke below this low. Channel. So I'm gonna also make put this up here. All right, so if you guys want access to the trade journal, and this is completely available to you guys here, just click on this link. So when you click on the link, this will come up. And to make it your own, just go over here to File and click Make a Copy. You'll make a copy of your own, and then from there you can input your data. So I'm gonna set this up. I'll have one that's overall. I'll have another one that says just breakouts, and then one for just scalps. And I'll probably be working on that today. But for the most part, that's kind of like where it's I'm gonna document every trade. So I'm gonna document every trade. You could follow this journey with me. I'm basically doing this as a proof of concept. I'm gonna show you guys if you guys can stick to your game plan, your trading plan, and just stick to like I would say 2 strategies. So again, let me just show you. I have a list of strategies here, but for the most part, I'm mainly looking at just these 2, V1 variation and momentum reversal. The reason for that is because all these strategies are pretty much the same, and they just come in degrees of complexity. So like basically one here, and then these are the same strategies, just a little more complex. And then this one, and then this one's a little more complex. And of course, the breakout. You don't have to take the breakout. That's just something that I'm taking because I'm taking it on the hedge accounts. My contract size is probably not going to change. So if you guys want to set up your own trading plan, just you can take this here, just copy what I have here, and then put in your own information. So have like 2 main strategies that you're going to follow. You're going to follow that for the whole year. Under your contract size, just have whatever contract sizes you're using for scalps or for breakouts. Your TP stop loss, just have that set there. Set a loss limit for you. I think 1 loss limit for the day is good. If you're taking something where you lose more trades, then obviously increase your loss limit, maybe have 2 or 3 losses before you call it a day. And then you'll adjust your risk according to that loss limit. And then your profit goal, I'm aiming for like 1 or 2 wins for the day, and then I'm done. My trading window is from 6:30 to 8. And if you guys follow this trading, you don't have to follow my trading plan, but if you follow your trading plan for the whole year and you don't make any changes, you don't take any shortcuts, I think, I think you guys should have no problem finding that profitability long term. And then, of course, use a journal. Use a journal here to document all your trades so that you understand where you're making mistakes, where you need to make changes, and how to adjust with the market. So, yeah, if you guys want to do that, follow my trading plan. Doesn't have to be the same strategies, but like you can take these off right here. And if you want to just follow something else, like if you want to just follow breakout B3, continuation, and then follow V1 variation, you can do that, right? If you just want to follow those 2, follow those 2. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'll be looking for moving forward. So let's see. Sam said V1 came out over here. Yeah, Barack said sentiment pointing towards buys, right? So the sentiment actually pointing towards sells, Barack, because the sentiment shows that the retail traders are currently buying. So you typically want to do the opposite of the retail traders. But it's changing pretty often. So like, unless it stays above 60 points or 60%, I probably wouldn't really follow it. I'd probably aim for like a 65% or a 75% area because you want it to be one-sided. You don't want it to be around 50 because it'll be down the middle. Anyway, Sam over here mentioned that there was a V1 variation. There's one that came down right here. So there's a double wick rejection right there. There's a pending buy signal, as you guys can see. So you have a pending buy signal here because there's a sell signal plus a double body rejection. Double wick rejection, actually, sorry. Double wick rejection. And yeah, that would be a solid entry right there for a buy. I wouldn't take it because it's against the trend, but yeah, if you guys wanted to take the V1 variation here, you could have taken it. Looks like Sam caught it there for 60 points. Nice work, Sam. And it's still climbing up. So if you look over here at the market, guys, it's doing exactly what we just talked about, right? So let's go back over here to the clean chart. The market's pretty much doing what we talked about earlier. I said, look out for the fake outs because the market's just ranging. So for example, price came down super hard right here, then it came back up. Then it came back down. Now it's coming back up. It's just back and forth. It's a lot of back and forth movement. It's not as clean as it was on Tuesday, but it's the same concept, right? Price comes down, retraces up, consolidates a little bit, comes down, consolidates a little bit, pushes up. But it's easy to get caught in like both directions. So since the market here is so messy, I'm glad that I took my loss for the day and I just kind of wrapped it up. I mean, either way, the entries here still would have hit like these other trades, but for the most part, if you guys are just joining in or if you guys didn't see what happened earlier this morning, I only took 2 trades on my actual account. So I took the breakout over here, which was a full TP for 100 points. That's how I got my profits over here. So I took the trade over here for the breakout, made some profit there, and I took a small loss over here for the momentum reversal, the 30-point loss. So 100-point win on the breakout and 30-point loss on the scalp entry. There was like 2 more scalp entries that came up right here. I didn't take them because I'm following my trading plan. 1 loss for the day and I'm done. Which is fine. I mean, I'm just gonna eat that loss and then I'll be back at it tomorrow. But all right, guys, if there's any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. We're getting close to 8 o'clock. It's 7:54 right now. We got about 6 minutes till 8. You guys can see from the market conditions right here. There's nothing going on. Price is just going sideways. So from this point right here, price has pretty much gone sideways. Usually after 7:30, the market does go sideways, and I usually don't look for any entries past 7:30. My window is between 6:30 and 8, but I usually stop looking for trades around like 7 to 7:30. 7:30 usually, so if you look over here at 7:30, look at how the market went completely sideways. And that's normal. So I'm hoping like once Trump becomes president or he gets inaugurated, we'll have more of that directional push. Like we'll have the breakouts will be more profound. You can see the breakout right here. We kind of got caught in some retracement. So if you look over here at the breakout from this morning, we had a little scare this morning because price did come down about 50 points. It retraced up super strong. So this candle here was a huge candle, the opening candle. It came down about 50 points and then it pushed up about almost 90 points. And then it came all the way back down to where it was supposed to go. So it's a tricky market. We're in a tricky market right now. I'm hoping that once Trump gets inaugurated, we're not going to have these fake outs. We're going to have more of just a straight dump, right? Either straight to TP or straight to stop loss, which is how the breakout is supposed to work. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, the ATR is still really high, guys. I mean, I'm surprised the ATR is this high right now. We're currently at 43 ATR, but not much of a direction. So that means that each candle here is moving an average of about 40 points, which is very high. My stop loss is 30 points. So the thing is, if I'm taking any trades here, it's going to be really easy for me to get stopped out if price goes against me at all. Or so here's it works both ways. It's either really easy to get stopped out or it's really easy to hit that 1-to-1 because I have my trailing stop at 30 points. So I mean, like, it could easily go to TP or easily go to stop loss. But the thing is, like, it's so tricky that if you get in at the wrong time, then it's going to be, you'll get spiked out pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm surprised the ATR is still this high. It's still at 40 points. Here's a clean chart. The thing is, the ATR is very high, but the direction is not there. So the thing is, you want ATR to be high, you want there to be volatility, plus you want there to be direction. Because if you got something like this where price is climbing, retracing, and consistently climbing up, it's going to be easy to take these buys, right? Price push up, retrace, buy there, push up, retrace, buy there, etc. This is a mess, though. Price is going back and forth. It's easy to get whipsawed out here. And see, Barack is asking, Barack said, agreed, Sean, I'm running a low risk buy, not based on sentiment, though. Yeah, you don't have to use sentiment, Brock. So the sentiment that I was talking about earlier, guys, this is like it's a confluence. You shouldn't base all your trades off the sentiment here. If you guys are not familiar with sentiment here is going to show you where there are the majority of traders. So like this over here, 59% long. This indicates that 59% of retail traders who are using this specific broker, IG, this is like one of the biggest brokers worldwide. 59% of people are currently buying. for YM or for US30 or whatever you want to trade. This just shows that there's a lot more people on the buy side. Typically, the market makers and institutions go opposite of retail traders. So ideally, you don't want to go to the downside, right? But this number here is not too big. So 59% is not a big enough number for me. I need this to be above 65 to 70%. Anything above 65% is good because you can see that there's a lot of buyers in the market. Right now, it's like kind of down in the middle, right? You got 59% of buyers, and then you got like, I mean, what's the math to that? My math sucks, so I'll do 41% sellers. So it's pretty balanced right now. I wouldn't say it's super one-sided where there's more buyers or more sellers. There's a couple more buyers in the market, but for the most part, it's not a big difference. It's not going to make a dent in the market, of course. You want this to be like 70%. If it's 70% long, then I'll only look for sells. So I'm going to look for them to trap the buyers on the buy side. And then obviously I'm going to look for it to come down. So you can see right here, price is coming back down. It's because they're trapping the buyers here. And then they're pushing price back down to stop them out. And you can follow this to see if the number changes in it at all. Yeah. See how price is coming down? They're trapping the buyers, dropping price right back down. I mean, it is what it is. So with that said, yeah, Sam said that's what I'm talking. 1 minute, 80 pips. I was stunned earlier. We'll take profit and run before big boys want it back. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Sam, 100%. Like these candles here are they're pretty huge. Like this red candle right here, it's an 80-point candle. That's a 1 minute candle. You don't typically see like these 1 minute candles move 80 points. This is a 1 minute candle to 60 points. Like these candles are huge, guys. For like 1 minute candles, they shouldn't be moving that much. They should be moving maybe 10, 15, 20 points. But like 60 points, 80 points, these candles are way too big. And there's no catalyst pushing price around either. If you look at CNBC, they have no updates. CNBC hasn't reported anything today, which I'm surprised they haven't reported anything. They've reported stuff, but nothing like that's big enough to like really, push price around. But all right, guys, I think that's it. It's 8 o'clock. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, if you guys are just joining or if you guys didn't see what happened earlier this morning, we had 2 trades come up today. We had the breakout here, hit full TP for 100 points. I took one scalp over here. It hit stop loss for 30 points. And then we had a couple trades over here also running. This hit 1-to-1 for 30 points. And this one over here hit 1-to-2 for 60 points for a V1 variation. But I didn't take these trades, so they're not going to count. Only trades that are going to count are the breakout and the scalp that I lost earlier this morning for a small 30 points. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions or if you guys are interested to learn these strategies, I'm not going to be mentoring anymore for a while. Main focus is going towards a hedge fund. So I'm not really going to be teaching as much. I'll be holding mentoring sessions maybe once a month. So maybe the middle of the month, each month we'll hold one mentoring session where I can answer questions and stuff like that and go over strategies. But for the most part, I'm not really mentoring. If you guys want access to these tools and these indicators so that you guys can apply. So here's one thing that I wanted to show you guys. Like I trade between 6:30 and 8. But if you go back a little further, so like if you go back like into the middle of the day, like say for example on like Monday, you guys can trade these strategies all throughout the day. You don't have to trade between 6:30 and 8. It's just that's when I trade because that's when I want to trade. I don't want to have to be on the charts all day. But if you look over here, I'll just show you real quick. Let's just go to like Monday. Oh, crap, what did I do? Let's go to Monday and I'll show you the entries that came up for the momentum reversal and for the V1 variation. Like midday. Because the thing is, I just don't trade midday because I don't want to. And I think that's how everybody should be at some point. You should be at a point where you trade when you want to. You don't need to trade all day. But yeah, if you look over here, there's a bunch of entries that have came up. So like if you were looking for some V1 variations, there's a V1 variation pattern right here. If you have my indicators and my tools, you can apply these strategies like all throughout the day if you want. Again, right here, price came down a little bit. There was an entry right here for a momentum reversal. I mean, you wouldn't take this because it's at the sessions. But Yeah, I just want to show you there's a lot of different entries that you guys can take throughout the day. Like if you look over here, there's a breakout V3 continuation. There's a buy signal followed by a green candle. That'd be an entry right there. Another one right here, buy signal followed by a green candle. Just to show you guys, like if you want to trade after 8 o'clock, you can. It's just I don't trade after 8 o'clock because like my focus can only focus for like about an hour. And then at that point, I kind of zone off and I want to go do some other stuff. So there's a bunch of breakout V3 continuations that came out through here. Right here, there's a sell signal followed by a inside candle. This would be a momentum reversal. And this is all just from one day. So I'm just showing you guys the entries that happened after 8 o'clock. So after 8 o'clock right here, I got off on Monday. And if you kept trading, there's a couple trades that would have came up over here, V1 variation. So basically there's like, it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries that came up after 8 o'clock on Monday. I only took one trade on Monday. And if you wanted to keep trading, you could have kept trading throughout the day. So again, if you guys want access to these tools, just go to the website. The website is kodikaitrades.com. Again, that's kodikaitrades.com. Right here, you can get access to the indicators, the tools, the strategies, etc. You guys will have access to it. I'm just not really mentoring right now. In the future, I will be mentoring again once I have free time. But at this time, probably for the next 6 months, I'm not going to be mentoring very much. I'll be focusing on building up the hedge fund and building out systems for that specific side of the business. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, let's see, one question over here from Christian. Christian's asking, do you enter on market executions or pending? I'm sorry, everything has changed. I'm still getting used to NinjaTrader. So for the V1 variation, you wait for the candle to close. So that's going to be a market order. So as soon as the candle closes for a double body or double wick rejection, you would enter for a market order. For the momentum reversal, you're entering with a pending order because so for example, over here, let me see if I could find, I don't think there are any examples here because nothing came up after, but you're looking for the candle to close. And then once it closes, you'll be looking for this here to provide your pending order. So for this trade over here, the one that I lost, this right here was the entry, right, for the momentum reversal. We had a buy signal, price came up. Right here, we had this big candle. We had this inside candle which was within it. My pending order was right here at the low of this candle, so that when price came down, it was to fill it, which is what happened here. This next candle here came down, filled it, and then it shot right back up. So I mean, depending on the strategy, it's going to be a market order or it's going to be pending, Christian. But you have to be a little more specific about like which one you were asking about. If you're talking about V1 variations, they're market, and then for momentum reversals, they're pending. Because you're not entering them as the candle closes. You're looking for the candle to close, and then you put your pending order right here so that when it comes down, it fills it. So what I'd recommend is go through the mastery class again. So just go through the mastery class, the strategies were kind of covered in there. And then that will explain like what the criteria and the strategies are for those specifically. But yeah, those are the main two you should just focus on, Christian. I know it's going to be a little confusing at first because you're just barely getting back into trading, but just give it a few days or a few weeks, follow my guide here and my lead when I'm explaining the strategies and how they work. And it'll make sense because it's not going to be very difficult. And we'll be looking for the same thing pretty much every single day. So yeah, just give it some time. What I would recommend is probably go back and review the live sessions. That's probably where you're going to learn the most because I'll explain things. I'll say we're looking for a buy signal. And then once the buy signal comes up, we're going to look for a possible opportunity for entry. And then it'll make sense. The lingo will make sense and you'll know exactly where I'm placing my pending orders. Plus, if you watch the replay, you'll see the lines on my chart here too to show you where my entry was. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow as we finish up and wrap up this trading week. So if you guys have any questions, reach out on Discord. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here on Friday for market open. So, all right.